Good morning. My name is Maria Destor, and I go live on Tuesday mornings to share tips and tricks with you to inspire you to disrupt traditional career paths and create meaningful work that fits your life and not the other way around. No matter the reason that you find yourself in a career pivot, whatever that is to you, chances are you were feeling unfulfilled, underpaid, restless, ready for change, or perhaps there was a change, a big life change like divorce or empty nesting that you're ready just to go back and do a career pivot and show up in the world in a different way and make an impact. No matter the reason why you're here, you have to expect that it's going to be a challenge, if not outright hard. And when we do hard things, the roller coaster of emotions is going to be there. Depending on why you're here, you might be super excited. I recently or am ongoing being an empty nester. And when I started transitioning my career away from employee to entrepreneur, I was super excited about the possibilities. If you're going after that promotion, going after that next employee role, it can be exciting. But it also, you might be fleeing a toxic job. You may have been separated from a job you loved. There are all different reasons why people find themselves wanting to change up their careers. And as the months go by, and as you still navigate this pivot, because usually it doesn't happen super fast, at least a month or two at the low end, and it could be 6 months, a year, 2 years, even on the long end. It is normal to feel anxiety and stress about the unknown. Even if you do land, there's anxiety about starting something new. There's all of the rejection that comes from either an employer saying, no, you're not the right fit for me, or you saying, I'm not the right fit for them. Or if you're an entrepreneur doing those sales calls, trying to get loans, trying to set up your business, there is rejection that happens. There is failure. There are all the bumps in the road that you have to navigate. You might be feeling really isolated and lonely. And no matter who you are and what you're trying to navigate, there often is an uncertainty or a loss in identity and purpose during this time. You really start to doubt things and question, ask the big questions. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? And as this time drags on, often what happens is there's financial stress. Maybe you're new, your salary hasn't come in, you haven't gotten unemployment, or you took out a loan to start your business, or you had a financial runway to start your business, and you're just watching the money dwindle and dwindle and dwindle and dwindle. And there's this like financial stress that just grows. Today, I want to share a couple tips, 4 tips that you can use to help make this career pivot process go a lot more smoothly. Number 1, before you start, identify your support structure. That could be family, that could be friends, that could be mentors, peers that have done the same thing. All of these people will serve different purposes. Some will take your call when you've had a really bad day. Some are going to give you that tough love. Some are going to share their experiences so that you can accelerate and not make the same mistakes that they did. Mentors are great for this. You can also look at apps. There's breathing apps, calm app, meditation apps, anything that can help keep you mentally healthy and ready to go. And if you are in this career pivot due to a toxic situation, a traumatic separation from your job, a divorce, if there's any trauma around this career pivot, consider seeking professional help. And this is why. You have to begin to process and heal from those feelings, because they're going to show up when you don't want them to show up, when you're dealing with a difficult situation, when you are needing to push yourself forward, but you're already so beat down and you can't. I remember once I was in an interview and I just got angry and I could not reel the anger back in. This stuff is going to bubble to the surface. So consider doing what you need to do to address those feelings. Number 2, networking. I know you've heard me say that as many as 85% of all jobs landed today are landed through connections in your network. Even if you are a consultant or starting a business, your network, suppliers, for customers, for loans, for whatever, partnerships, networks are everything when it comes to career and business. Schedule regular check-ins. Have strategies for how you're going to connect with your network, virtually, in person. If you're in a career pivot looking for an employee job, especially, or consulting, get your LinkedIn profile dialed in and use this valuable tool to connect and communicate. Remember, the network is part of the support structure. It's part of your business structure. It's part of the structure that's going to open doors for you. And remember, give back. We get back what we put out into the universe. Support others in their career pivots and in their lives, and they are going to want to reciprocate. All right, step 3, establish a healthy work-life balance. You're like, wait, I'm looking for work. No, a career pivot is work, and you should treat it as such. How many hours a week are you going to work on this career pivot? Time block if you have to. Hold yourself accountable. Things are going to come up. How much dedication do you have to making this pivot happen? The more concentrated work that you put in, the faster it's going to go. And during this time, you also need to prioritize your physical and mental well-being. How are you going to move your body every day? Put that in the calendar. Put that on time blocking. I'm going to walk the dogs. I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to go to the gym, because it's also good to have adult contact so that you're not super isolated. When the inevitable spirals happen, you need to have a rescue plan. And that is tip number 4. Tough moments are going to happen because you're doing big things. And when we do big things and change our patterns, we are going to hit those bumps in the road. And your resilience is equal to how well you can navigate those bumps and reel yourself back in and keep moving forward. So first, learning to catch those spirals early. Sometimes you might get a rejection email from a job you really wanted. Okay. Feel the grief, feel the anger, and then move to blameless discernment. How can you do better next time? Did you really want this job because it was a good fit or because it was a job? Really stop and think, remove the emotion out of it, black and white. There's something to be learned from every single rejection. And then what tool can you use to move to the next step where you start to move on and move forward again in a positive manner? Some people might meditate. Some people might put on a song and dance. I love, in situations like that, I go for a run. That really helps me get back in. Go do something that brings you joy. Hang out with your children, play with your pets, whatever it is. When the inevitable negative self-talk creeps in, learn to rephrase it in your head. I just got ghosted again. Nobody wants me. Rephrase that to, okay, that one didn't work out. Probably wasn't going to be a good fit. I know that the right fit is out there for me, and I am going to find it. Switch the narrative in your head. Do not let those negative self-talk thoughts continue, because they will bury you. They will eat up your time and kill your courage and your motivation. At the end of each day, stop and consider what you accomplished. It's not, oh, I got 3 more rejection emails. It's, okay, I got 5 applications out today. I set up 3 networking calls. I had a really positive call with so and so, and that's going to lead to new things. Always end the day with the positive, celebrating what you have done. That's called living in the gain, not in the gap. If you found this helpful and you're interested in exploring a bit more about how our minds can really accelerate or hold us back from navigating this successful career pivot, I invite you to access my free Empower 2025 Summit videos. I teamed up with 2 other professionals and we created a 3-series event that you can access on demand. I will put the link in the show notes. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week for more tips on how you can disrupt a traditional career path to create meaningful work that fits your life and not the other way around. See you soon. Have a great week.